Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets. Beers and bets.
Get Tom Brady out of town.
Nice.
Get rid of his ass.
Man. You're an idiot.
Run him out, huh?
I'm done
You're
with
an
him.
idiot. Oh,
I'm
he's
done with
gone, dude.
You think he'll succeed wherever he goes? Because I absolutely do not.
Well,
In the right fit. It's going to have to be perfect.
He needs a Pro Bowl offensive line. I don't know who has that. Maybe the Niners. Maybe the Niners. But wouldn't the Niners rather have
you probably
like
had
Brock
one of the worst
Purdy?
lines in the league. I mean,
Not,
your left
not per
tackle
the
has
stats.
been literally the worst.
the
left
most
tackle in
the
league.
most penalized left tackle, not
Yes.
the most sacks allowed. He just gets
Okay,
called for a holding penalty
yeah.
instead
Let
of
me just
allowing the
tackle
sack.
you instead.
What's the
Yeah.
difference?
yeah, I don't think Todd Bowles is a head coach, man. And the longer you guys continue to believe that, like if you think Brady's the issue, you're looking at a different aspect of the game. Man,
Oh, but
because-
no, he was the issue this year.
No,
He was the
Todd-
primary issue.
Well, you admit that Todd Bowles, do you want him to
Bad
continue
too.
as your head
No,
coach?
I would have been fine firing the coach, getting rid of Brady, and starting completely fresh. Because that's really what we need. We need a lot more young players. Tom Brady's not the only person on the team that's too old.
This was in the studio, like off air, when you said that you wanted to get
Jameis.
or Jameis.
No, I want
back.
Jameis
Yeah,
back.
Yeah,
I
Jameis
think that'd be
back,
fun. I think that'd be a good bridge, and you keep yourself getting
bridge
good
to
draft
what?
picks. Well, you keep yourself getting good draft picks for a few years. You
A
know,
bridge like a ramp
the
off.
fun.
One of those bridges that just
It'd
ends
be the
somewhere,
funnest
just
way
going to water.
possible to tank.
Remember
That's
when you
that's
play,
kind of what I'm saying. It's a
play-
fun way to tank.
on
You're gonna
Crash
bring
Bandicoot?
Jameis back.
On Crash Bandicoot, there was a level called the Road to Nowhere, and it was like these little things that if you didn't jump on one right, it would fall off. But it was technically a bridge because there were like ropes on the side.
Mhm. You
And
could
it was
survive.
like-
You just had to hit
You had to
your jump
stay on the
perfect.
little pallets.
Yeah.
What you sound
Jameis.
like is a road to nowhere, man. Yeah, dude.
But
that-
we're out.
in Crash Bandicoot, there's a chance. Maybe with Jameis, there's a chance.
let me tell you something.
Dino
No.
Smith?
Do you
Geno
really
Smith?
think that
Jameis?
that team needs to totally rebuild?
I
think
actually do because I think we're old enough at enough positions.
Nobody brings up Lamar is a Florida
They're
guy.
fucked.
I don't think Lamar.
I'd love to have Lamar. I would love to have
Do you see
Lamar.
Lamar in Tampa?
I would love to see it, man. I would absolutely love that, especially watching a statue at quarterback for 3 years. Having Lamar back there would make the game so fun. And at least
He's
Yeah,
played
there's
12
going to be a
games the last
statue of
few
that
years, though.
fucking
12
quarterback
games, though.
everywhere.
Tom comes out there every week and plays.
yeah.
Jerk off.
I'll take if Lamar plays 14 out of 18, I'll take that over what I saw from Brady this past year.
Dude, the quarterback that you
got the first round picks.
the quarterback.
Dude, Jimmy, you're talking about the past though. This year he was bad. He was just
Fair
flat
enough.
out bad this year.
No, he
No,
wasn't though. He came back.
It's
and
not
won
that
the
I don't.
games.
It's not that I don't.
Without
respect.
him, he wouldn't have made the playoffs, man.
Probably not. Probably not with Blaine Gabbert. Maybe Blaine Gabbert would have been good enough to win this year's NFC South.
I watched him at Parkway South.
Jimmy, I respect
Parkway.
Brady 100%. I think he's the greatest quarterback to ever do it. This year, standalone, if we just look at this year, he was too bad to be our
Your
starting
team was
quarterback.
bad. You had no talent around him.
Yeah.
I think there was enough talent. I think there were other quarterbacks in the league that do a lot more with the same or less amount of talent. And Lamar Jackson's
you
one
kidding?
of them, Brad.
Okay, so if you just closed your eyes and I told you your quarterback's going to complete 2/3 of his passes, throw for 4,700 yards, and
2/3 of
25
his
touchdowns.
checkdowns. 2/3 of his checkdowns.
If he's scoring 25 times, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was all checkdowns. Those stats are kind of empty because we didn't score any points, Brad. You know what I'm saying?
25
Like,
touchdowns.
what-
He was eighth
what
in
are
the
the
league.
yards? What
He
are
was
the
eighth in the league in
completions?
passing touchdowns.
But
At
what are,
40 fucking whatever years old he is. How
He-
can you expect him to carry the squad? This was supposed to be, they rested Fournette like late in the year for playoff.
Fournette's bad
Lenny or
too.
whatever the
Fournette's
fuck
another
he
person
is.
that's too old to be on the team anymore. That's what I'm saying. I do think it's a complete rebuild. Tear down and rebuild. This isn't like a remodel. This is a tear
I'll
down.
take Vita Vea in Baltimore as a nose tackle if you want to send him that way.
That'd be a
with that
nice
Lamar
trade.
deal.
Lamar for Vita, and we throw in a
Plus
first.
about 2 first-round picks.
Lamar for Vita Vea.
We'll throw in a first.
2.
Throw in a first. Yeah, we'll give you it.
Deal.
We'll think about it, man.
Yeah.
Fuck it. You guys
Cowboys
enjoyed that
look good,
weekend, though? You
I
guys
did
enjoyed
love.
that
I
weekend?
thought Wild Card
It was
Weekend was
awesome.
great, except for because I was involved and my fandom was involved.
Yeah,
in
well,
Monday
Brad
night.
was too, man, with
So
the
that was-
Ravens. That was a shitty.
The Ravens played good, man.
They
Ravens
did.
could have won that game. Besides that quarterback sneak that went wrong.
That's got to be what, dude.
No
that
shit,
was
though.
Really,
I mean, it's
really
just-
bad, man. Yeah.
There's no worse way to lose.
Yeah.
No. But, I mean,
And now that team seems pissed at front office. J.K. Dobbins is calling out the team for not getting a carry inside the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar shit. Players are coming out saying pay Lamar. It's like, do you really want to pay Lamar $40 million guaranteed?
Yeah, that's a good
35
question,
years
though.
old?
Where do you guys feel on that? Like, what do you
I'd
where
be
do you
happy
stand
to
on
tag
that?
him this coming year.
Well, yeah, no shit.
And just-
Yeah. And like any
Hey,
Ravens
But
fan,
the
would love
tag
that,
is
man.
$45 million. So you're not.
Oh,
you're not.
shit.
You're not
Oh,
bringing
damn.
anybody else on board with that. You're
I will
probably
say-
losing Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say though, Brad, the thing about the reason why I think Baltimore does find a way to sign Lamar to a long-term deal is if they have to replace Lamar with any other quarterback, it requires so much other like roster juggling because they're built around being that kind of, run offense. And if you bring in a traditional quarterback, you need to pick up so many
I
other
don't
players
think
to
they
make
ever
that
look-
type of offense work. You know what I'm saying?
They would
I
have
don't know
been
if it
able
would be
to
that quick of a-
acquire a Tyreek Hill. Like, if they would have, dude, that would have been.
Well, I
'cause,
keep
like,
thinking
a guy that can
DeAndre
do
Hopkins.
that. Yeah.
We really
Is he-
don't have a need for our first round pick this year. You don't really have a glaring hole outside of Lamar issues. Trade that
Sounds
first,
good on paper.
pick up right,
DeAndre.
but we don't.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know how the numbers are going to work. And again, they just gave $100 million to Roquan. You pick up DeAndre's contract. Can you even afford Lamar anymore at that point? Probably not.
Yeah, there's that. And then they're like, do you want to pair DeAndre with Lamar when Lamar's still so early on in this?
I'd
You
rather
know.
get DeAndre, move on from Lamar, and whether it's you pick up a Derek Carr or you draft new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think him with that'd be interesting because he had Watson when he was in Houston, and like they actually made a pretty good pairing.
Yep.
And a lot of it would come from some of that improv bullshit. So DeAndre there, that actually is an interest. You know what I mean? Or not DeAndre, but or DeAndre. What the fuck are their names?
Yeah, I'm just worried- I'm worried about how late into his
yeah.
career Hopkins is. That's the reason I would worry about bringing him
Well,
in.
that's why he took the juice,
paying
man.
him
He's
the money.
aging well.
Yeah.
The Ravens did cut their OC loose, so who knows what the offense will look like next year.
Damn, yeah.
Okay.
That's weird.
That's
Yeah.
probably good news though. That's probably good news. All right.
Probably.
Let's talk about this upcoming weekend and let's just go in chronological order. The early Saturday
What does that
game
mean?
at 3:30. It means in
You'll
order of
find
the
out.
games are played. Saturday 3:30 p.m.
You'll find
Central.
out.
The
Go ahead,
Jaguars.
You remember that?
Yeah.
You'll find out.
Yeah. The
What does
Jaguars
that
play
mean?
the
You'll
Chiefs
find out.
in
Father to
Kansas City.
lunch.
All right, come on, Jimmy. Jags Chiefs in KC. Chiefs are 9-point favorites. I like the Chiefs to win and the Jags to cover the 9-point spread because the Chiefs don't seem interested in covering any sort of spread, regular season or playoffs. So I don't see the Chiefs losing to that team, but I think the Jags keep it close enough to cover a 9-point
What's
spread.
the spread? 9.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 8.5, but I'm going Jags
To win or
Yep.
just to cover?
to win.
Oh,
Jags are
man.
going to win. Jags are going to win.
Yeah, baby.
It
Trust
seems like,
in Dougie
dude,
P.
Doug Peterson he has that mojo.
Dougie P.
And really, they're in a unique spot now that they won that wild card game. As crazy as they did, they have absolutely nothing to fucking lose. They have no pressure.
They are riding
Like-
high for
Like
sure.
they've already achieved more than anybody expected them to. So they could lose by 50, and it's like, yeah, good season. Where the Chiefs, they got to come out and play this young team that I think they're explosive. They have a weird receiving core that works. You know, like
I think
Marvin
they-
Jones, Kirk, and Zay Jones, I think are like their top three with Evan
And they
Ingram.
got
Then.
Evan Ingram, yeah.
But it works.
And that
Like,
It's
running
probably a
game-
better receiving core than Patrick
Chiefs.
Mahomes has.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I mean,
it's just an odd mix.
Kelsey maybe
Like the
makes you
names
think
for
twice
Mahomes,
about
better than
that.
all of them. But
Yeah, but
the names that Mahomes has traditionally, like Juju, like you think, but like Kirk isn't as known as those guys are. You know what I mean? But
Well,
we
that's
know-
what I think. Putting up 31 on the Chargers, you can hang with the Chiefs. I worry
Dude,
about the
I-
late game.
you
comeback,
can't
I
afford
guess.
you can't afford to do
I
what you
worry
did in
about
the
the late
first half
game.
against the Chargers because the Chiefs aren't going to blow a game as bad as the Chargers did.
No, but
No.
I don't. But the run game for the Jags, I think, has to keep everyone honest, and then also like Lawrence's ability to run with the ball. Like
Yeah.
they can run that little shit, and with Peterson, like he knows how to call those plays. I mean, you know, against the Patriots, dude, they put up 500 yards in that Super Bowl
Yeah.
against the Patriots that year with Nick fucking Foles. Like, so you know what I mean? I don't know with Lawrence. I don't know if they'll win, but I'm definitely taking the +9. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take that and run with it, dude. I'll take the
Win.
over and Jags.
They're gonna
+9.
win.
I hope
I'm-
they fucking do.
They're gonna win.
I'm with you on them covering the spread, Jimmy. It is going to be pretty darn cold here on Saturday in Kansas City.
I don't think that
I don't think that
matters.
works in the Jags' favor. I definitely
think
don't
that
think.
matters.
I do.
I think that
How
works in
could it
their
not?
favor more,
The
dude.
Jags run the ball better. ETN
Yeah,
got the.
I don't know, dude. The
times.
Chiefs
You
run the
let
ball
nine-
pretty good this year.
dude,
The Chiefs
at
run the ball
nine-
pretty good this
No,
year.
but they don't have a running back. At 9 will run
man.
through them.
Pacheco and McKinnon.
Let me
is a
tell you
good
about at
combo.
9, dude. He
But
is
it-
a
it-
beast.
yeah, we'll see.
man.
It'll be a fun game to watch. I think.
At
I think you'll
9
see a
when
lot
he
of
was
cool
with-
play call.
They were in Clemson
ETN's a
At
better pass catcher than he is a runner.
at 9.
You look pretty damn good
Are
lately.
you talking about the same guy I'm talking about?
Yeah, Travis
9.
Etienne.
Okay, at 9. Yeah.
Mhm.
He, don't worry about it.
All right.
So now, wait, I got a question though. Given
Sure.
this, talking about this game, who's your team now, man? Are you rooting for them?
Really,
Rooting
I
for
thought
the
about
Chargers?
this today, and I think it's the Bengals and the Giants are the teams I am going to back in the AFC and NFC. Now that I don't have a team, I've been on the Danny Dimes train for years.
Dude,
No,
you've
those
been
are the
on-
teams I wanna
You don't
see.
have to rationalize it to us.
You've
You
been
don't
I
on
don't.
more trains than a fucking track to Auschwitz, man.
Well, dude, I'm watching football. I'm going to pull for somebody.
Jameson.
I'm going to pull for somebody,
more,
and I'm pulling for Danny Dimes and
more
Joey
trains than
Burrow.
a Jew in Germany.
Oh
Listen,
wow! Let's move
Hey.
on.
No, I have Jewish relatives. That's disrespectful.
hey, I'm jacked. Now listen. So the Giants and the Bengals, that's who you want to see in the Super Bowl?
Not necessarily. Those are just the teams I want to root for to win. Those are my two favorite teams I have left. The
So you think
Chargers
that-
are done.
Do
The
you
Bucks
think
are
the
done.
Giants win this week? Moving on to that night game. You think the
I
Giants win.
I kind of think it's a 50-50 chance. I'm definitely betting on the Giants to cover the spread. I think it's 50-50 with
Shout
Philly
out to our
kind of
boy Damon.
Philly being, hurt, banged up, and Hurts. We don't know how healthy Hurts is. And Danny Dimes just played the best game I've ever seen him play in his life against the Vikings last week. That was a really great game by Danny Dimes because it wasn't
Oh,
even
hell
like
yeah.
Saquon ran
was
the ball like crazy. He just kind of picked the Vikings defense apart. It was
Some crazy
with
stat.
lesser receivers than the Bucks have for sure. So that
Yeah.
was kind of nice to see.
Yeah, there was a crazy stat. I think it was like he was the first quarterback to throw for 175, have like 75
Rushing.
plus rushing, and then 3 touchdowns passing or something like that.
Mhm.
And so I did, but yeah, man, I think it's cool for him too, man. He betted himself, and it's proving, like, you know what I mean?
Well,
He's
no,
like,
he
you
actually
know
did
what?
Can
bet on
he
himself.
keep
They
up?
declined. The Giants declined
Yeah,
to give him his
fifth year.
fifth-year option. The Giants were like, I don't know about this guy.
But this
And
is
now he's
making him
balling
money,
out.
you know?
And now he's going to get the contract. He is.
So it's getting
Yeah.
him money. That's my
Mhm.
point. Like, dude, I mean, he had no choice, I guess, like you're saying, but
Mhm.
he's still like believed
No,
in
it worked
himself
out great
enough
for
to do
him
it.
probably
Yeah.
because I mean he ran the ball 17 times in that
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if
he
he can do that
literally
again,
won that game,
but-
dude. That was impressive watching that shit. And it's like, man, this dude's putting his body on the line.
Right.
He looked a lot like Josh Allen, man.
Mhm.
Like it reminded
But he
me.
didn't fumble the ball or do anything fucking.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey,
Today,
he
all
didn't
right.
make it
He
interesting
is like
with a
the most
shitty ass team
unathletic,
from
gangly,
Miami
athletic
with no
quarterback.
quarterback. Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, we won't get into that, but what?
He's the most
fuck?
unathletic guy ever.
I think he is athletic. I think he
I've
just
seen
looks
him at the gym,
How many
dude.
times
he
has
looks
the turf got him?
he's
It's not-
awkwardly
it's more than once.
he's awkwardly athletic.
He's
He
been in
just
my
doesn't
gym.
look smooth.
I've seen him there.
So
know
you're
what I
to
mean?
blame.
Well, no, he's
You're
always
why he's all weird walking.
No, it's because I'm always on the curls. Like I'm always on. There's no, you know what I mean. And I'm always like, yeah. You
So
can get
his
it later.
biceps are too weak. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well,
And
kind of.
Danny Dimes runs on two different treadmills. He runs on a treadmill with his right leg and his left leg, and that's why he's got that kind of motion
Sometimes
to
he
his
falls.
running.
Man.
It's just
It's like
fucking
his- it's
face
like his
plants
hips
on
are
the
like
treadmill.
off.
How do you do?
Or
Yeah,
like one,
that-
I wonder if maybe one leg is like a little bit longer than the other, and it like throws him off a little in his stride.
Maybe.
Like, you know,
dude. Good for him, though, dude. I
Hey.
mean, we're getting to see because good fucking lanterns.
well, and he's a free
almighty.
agent now. Maybe
The Buccaneers
Daniel
did
Jones
not
is in-
even deserve a spot in a playoff game. By the way, like
We proved we didn't.
right.
can we
No.
end this shit where it's like, dude, if you win the year division, dude, you gotta have an over 500 record. I mean,
Well,
come on.
I'm okay with the division, winning the division, getting you a playoff spot, but let's give home field advantage to the team with the best record.
I agree with
we
that.
do that?
Yeah.
Can we do that? That makes sense to me. It
You're
seems
in the
like they
same
would earn it
conference,
more.
man. Like, if you,
Yeah.
right, man. Like, yeah, I
Mhm.
don't get that shit. So,
So, what
right,
about
what do we
you
got?
guys though on Giants Eagles? What side are you on the spread?
yeah, Eagles all the way,
Eagles?
man. Hit them low, hit them high.
Eagles, but they won't cover the spread. I don't think.
What
Okay, but
is
you like the Eagles to advance
What,
7.5.
Yeah.
That's
No
pretty
cover.
high for a divisional matchup in the playoffs.
Giants. We'll see.
Let me tell you something.
How
That
many
Giants
times have
team is
we seen
tough.
Daniel Jones have a great game and then a shitty game?
Not so much this year.
Almost every time he has a great game.
Not so much this year, though, Brad. I think Dable's kind
But
of got right in the
he
ship
didn't
on
have
him.
many games at a high peak. He just would do
Yeah.
enough.
Mhm.
And more on the running side, really, than anything. We've never seen him play like this.
I don't know.
300
I'm-
passing, 78 rushing.
I'm backing Danny Dimes. I just like
Yeah.
the guy too much. I like watching him play. I hope the Giants don't. I hope we give him a bigger offer than the Giants do, and the Bucks can sign Danny Dimes. That might be the quarterback I would want more than anybody else.
With the fifth, with turning down is he an unrestricted free agent?
I don't know for sure, but I assume somebody would have to offer him a bigger deal than what the Giants offer him this
Right.
offseason for him to be able to leave. If the Giants match any offer, I almost think it's like being a restricted free agent.
So
Answer
for the
your
next
question.
7 years,
Is what
would
I
you
think
rather
it is.
have Daniel Jones in Tampa or Lamar Miller?
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Miller.
Lamar Miller, yeah.
The Dolphins running back.
Texans,
Put him in at quarterback. Put him in. Plug and play.
Yeah, but,
yeah.
you know, Lamar or Danny Dimes for 7 years. The next 7.
Lamar. I mean, I'd rather have Lamar
For the
man.
next 7, though? I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Lamar's pretty sick.
He's fun to watch when he's healthy.
Yeah.
Anyways, we want to talk about the probably best game of the season?
The Bengals Bills.
Mm-hmm.
So I would overwhelmingly be leaning Bengals in this game if I didn't know that they were playing there with all backup offensive linemen. They lost Alex Kappa. They lost their left tackle. What's his name? Is it Lyle?
Jonah Williams.
Jonah Williams. I'm sorry. Yeah, they lost him last week. So the Bengals have a very beat up offensive line. Do the Bills have enough defensive rushers to make that a problem? I really don't know. With no Von Miller, they're relying on Greg Rousseau, who's in his second year with the Bills. And I can't really name another Bills pass rusher. So I don't know that that's a problem or not for the Bengals, but I'm still sticking with Joey Burrow here. I didn't like what I saw from Josh Allen against the Dolphins, dude. That was reckless and just fucking
dumb.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Reckless.
It was like Russell Westbrook on a football field, just fucking running around and giving the ball away and doing stupid shit. So
It's kind of something we've come to see with Allen, right? Like, dude, I don't know.
Yeah, he might have had a lucky year avoiding those type of things last year.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like the Bengals have this recipe now with the fucking O-line, though. That's what scares me, man, because like the Chiefs, if they do happen to move on and would meet the Chiefs pass rush, that's what they're built on, is like get after the quarterback. So like the guys they got, you know, against the Bengals would scare me. And I don't feel like the Bills probably have the same shit, right?
Not quite though.
Not as
without
good,
Von Miller,
I mean,
the Bills don't. The Bills have that Greg Rousseau who I mentioned, and I can't think of another Bill.
They
that
still
picks up
have
a lot of
3
sacks.
first-round picks on that D line.
That's what I mean.
They got
were
Boogie
built-
Basham.
Yeah,
I never hear him making a
They
play.
have Ed Oliver. That's because they're bigger. They're
Oh,
all bigger
Eddie
guys.
Olives.
But
Eddie
also,
Olives.
but
yeah.
also Shaq Lawson. We've heard that name for a lot of years in the league.
The Law Dog, man. Yep, one of my buddies. Too, yeah.
There's more there, I think, than you think. Matt Milano at
I
linebacker was
forgot
an
all
all-pro.
these guys.
Matt
we
Milano's
forgot.
great.
I mean, he finally got some recognition with all-pro this year.
Yep, he
Yeah,
deserved it. He
And
deserved
I
it.
used to work out with a couple of those guys too.
I should change my last name to Milano. I'll start sacking the quarterback.
Hey, your cookies
No.
are good. I like those cookies. You know what I'm talking about?
I just picture
the
Robin.
Milano chocolate cookies are fantastic,
I'm
dude.
saying,
My
dude.
mom always
man.
had those in the
The
fucking
little white
cupboard.
ones with the mint. Yeah, man.
It's
Oh,
like
not
a
the
white.
mint.
It's like a
No.
white cookie on the outside
Yeah.
with a good layer of
Something's
chocolate.
going
the
on
inside.
in there.
It's shaped like an oval.
top and bottom with
Shaped like an oval. Those cookies.
Yeah. Milano. Dang.
Yeah.
Shout out
Milano
Back to
loves-
Bills Bengals though. I think the Bills are running the ball better than ever.
What's the over or spread on that game?
Bengals
5.5?
are 5.5 point underdogs right now.
Yeah, I would take the Bengals on that.
I would
Plus
absolutely.
5.
I think
Do you
I
have
wanna roll with
over-under
the
on that?
Bengals money line 49, which I think is
I'd
too
take
high.
that.
I would take
that.
Bengals and over.
Weather depending. Because I
You
think
would take
I
the
think-
over or the under, Brad.
I would take the over.
You would take the over.
I would take the over.
I'm leaning the under just because the Bengals defense is really good and the Bengals offensive line is beat up.
I mean, is the Bengals defense that good when it gives up 17 points to a terrible Ravens offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can give up 17 and still be a great offense.
If you gave up 17 to Tyler Huntley, you're giving up 35.
17 is
Buffalo.
not a high number, bro. Like that's a good
and that's what
total.
Buffalo. But Buffalo is going to
Hold
score
somebody.
at least 3 touchdowns.
I wouldn't be so sure, man.
Mark that down, Dan.
At least 3 touchdowns for the Bills, Brad says.
You'd be hard
All
pressed to tell me otherwise.
Okay. Jimmy, where are you
That won't
leaning?
win you some money.
As far as winning the game, you said the Bengals would cover, Jimmy, but do you think you going Bengals or Bills to advance?
Bengals.
Same here, man. I'm going to bet the Bengals money line right now. I just trust Joe Burrow a lot more than Josh Allen
I agree.
when it comes down to it.
And I trust his connection with Jamar Chase over Diggs and Allen. Like, I think they got something, man. And they know when to turn it on.
Mhm.
And if Mason's healthy, even if they have a good formula, dude. They've been there before.
Yeah. Like if it's a
You know,
one score game in the fourth quarter, I definitely trust Joe Burrow to get it done more than Allen.
Yeah.
I would
I
agree.
From what
I
we've
would
seen.
agree. And I think that's a lot of Dable.
Although
being
I
gone.
do think it's,
You know what I mean? With
Yeah,
close,
his
man.
influence.
Allen's regressed back to
Yeah,
kind of
he
what
lost
he was
Dable,
earlier.
and then we
Now
saw
that he's
Danny
only got Ken
Dimes
Dorsey,
Right.
with
yeah.
Dable.
it's just
Mhm.
it's like
I didn't even know there was a connection there when I referenced him earlier, how he kind of looked like Allen. But yeah, that's funny because
Yeah.
Dimes does, he does kind of like
we're
remind
like
me of him. And it's like that would make sense if that was coordinator there. So yeah. I agree.
just because in years past he'd throw a pick and he'd come back and then throw like an 80-yard bomb. And this year it's like he throws a pick and then he freaks out and fumbles on the next possession.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's fun.
All right.
It's just
Let's-
He has like like one of his teammates has a heart attack or something on the play. You know what I'm saying?
oh boy. Yeah.
Let's go to the
Something like
late
that.
game. Let's go to the late game Sunday. We got the
mama.
Cowboys at 49ers. 49ers are favored by 4. I got to say, I think this is where the Purdy train runs out of steam. The Niners might advance, but give me Dallas plus 4.
Nope.
I think that Dallas
Nope.
is built to kind of score enough against the 49ers defense. They can throw the ball. if there's anything weak about the 49ers, it's their secondary. So I like Dallas to cover and at least have a chance at winning. Like I said, I think the Purdy train runs out of steam. You guys are both on the Niners.
I completely like your assessment. I'm just totally surprised.
Have you watched any football this year?
Because you're acting like the Cowboys' strength is passing the ball. Is that what you're saying, Matt?
Well, I think they have the weapons to hit the 49ers where they're weak.
When the Cowboys have looked best this year, what have they really done the most?
They passed the ball more than ran it against the Bucs.
When they're a run-first team, they win games. We saw them really as a good team with Dak even out, with Cooper Rush. They run the ball. But again, it's this Niners. You think?
I don't think they play the run game offense against. I think
that the Niners
I don't think
forcing Dak in passing
situations
is the Niners licking their chops. Because now Bosa's coming. Now Armstead's coming. Now Fred Warner and that Al Shazir and whoever else at linebacker they have. I think Purdy handles it.
Yeah, I think they attack the Niners just like they attacked the Bucs, and that's by passing. How about them Cowboys? No, I don't think the run game works against the 49ers for the Cowboys. I think they have to pass the ball. They have to get the ball to CeeDee Lamb. They have to get the ball to their tight end. What the hell's his name? Fucking white guy. Schultz. Dalton Schultz. What a white name. Dalton Schultz.
Hang on. Hey, I just want to make sure. So the
better
Cowboys,
be a good athlete if your name is Dalton Schultz.
Passing,
Otherwise, you are a huge douche.
The Cowboys beat your Bucs because they were the better passing, right, than running.
They definitely shredded our secondary, and that's how they moved the ball. They did not move the ball by running the ball.
Do
you know how many attempts Dak had passing?
Probably 20. I mean, they won fucking 31 to 33.
They ran the ball 35 times for 128 yards.
That's generally unless you're the Chargers. Unless you're the Chargers, that's what you do when you're winning fucking 30-3, Brad. That's what you do.
Just telling you. When we've seen Dak,
you run the ball a bunch when you win by 30 points.
Have to throw the ball 50, 60 times, the Cowboys lose those games. And that's
what about the first
they're
half?
Gonna have to do.
Let's look at the first half box score. Just curious.
I'm just worried about Cowboys are not going to be able to handle Debo.
Don't Kittle. You guys care about who I think is going to win the game?
Yeah, Jimmy, you give your input. Because, Brad, the Buccaneers threw the ball all over the place in the first half.
Give your input.
For a dime.
Why I don't pay attention.
They didn't run the ball for shit in the first half.
Niners are going to win. I don't trust Dak as much as I do Purdy, man. That's fucked up, but no, I don't trust him. I think that the Niners offense, they got a lot more weapons than what Dallas has going on, dude. They got a lot of shit. If they're throwing Debo in the backfield, man, that shit gets scary.
Well, I mean, that Dallas defense held Tampa to 14, but that's no great feat.
No, it doesn't
That's just
much.
An average week.
The Panthers did the same thing.
I know that the Cowboys are a little banged up at DB to the fact that they got even Xavier Rhodes playing. You remember, like, he's old. He played with the Vikings a long time.
Yeah,
They signed him off the street. You know, he's probably like 38, and they literally had to plug him in this past week because they were so banged up in the secondary. I just think there's not enough there on defense to fuck with Shanahan.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think Shanahan, man, once the playoffs start, he has like a little plan, it gets different, dude. Again, like Debo is in the backfield a lot more than we see the whole year. And you're like, God damn, like I forgot they do that. And then you got McCaffrey back there, man. I don't know.
We hadn't even brought him up yet.
Kittle is playing well.
Hadn't brought McCaffrey up yet.
Yeah, they're just and like they have those plays where one of them, like he can throw if he wants to, like they can run all that shit. Mm-hmm. So in a pinch, you can get a play like that off, man. I don't know. They scare me, dude. They scare me a lot more than Dallas does, and I don't trust McCarthy at all. Like I know that defense has got talent all over on the field. But I don't know. I trust the Niners more, I think.
I just had that feeling that Brock Purdy, he's pulled the rabbit out of the hat one too many times, and this is where it.
I don't think he's pulled it out of the hat though. Like there hasn't been a time where man, that was lucky as fuck.
He's not been asked to do much, really.
Yeah, he kind of just does what he has to, and they have weapons all everywhere around him.
Kind of like Kittle getting healthy has really helped.
Kind of like Kurt Warner and fucking 99, man. Like you have Bruce, like you got all these guys like fucking Debo around you and McCaffrey, and you just kind of got to Kittle, like you just do get the ball there. They're gonna.
Yeah, Purdy hasn't kind of impressed me as much as like Kurt Warner.
Well, no, Kurt
different
Warner
arm talent, but
yeah, he was
different offense completely.
But I'm saying like with the weapons around him, like Trent Green was supposed to have all that shit around him, and it was built for a quarterback to come in there and just kind of like fill the role, dude. And I think he can do that better than Dak can. It'll be a really good game.
Do we know anything about weather?
I'm probably looking forward to that game.
Philly or KC or Buffalo or dealing with any weather this weekend?
There's a chance of snow in Kansas City on Saturday. It looks unlikely. It's definitely going to be cold for Kansas City Jaguars. I know that.
There'll be a lot of not flurries, but a bunch of fairies there in the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what that Reds announcer believed, at least.
Oh my god!
If the Cowboys upset the Niners, does Dan Quinn get another starting gig as the DC? I know that name's got thrown around a lot, and I don't understand why. But again, that Cowboys defense is pretty good.
I don't want him.
I mean, I'm
not talking for you.
If I'm a GM or an owner, I don't want Dan Quinn as my head coach, because man, you were coaching a Super Bowl team that you were winning 28-3 in the biggest game of the year, and you fucking blew it. I don't want you running the team, bro. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
Sorry.
Be a defensive guy, please. Now, that being said, we got like a minute and a half left. How long do you think Campbell is the coach for the Lions?
I think the next 8 years.
10 years.
I think the next 8 years.
Right around there.
And it's because I believe in him. I think he's going to be
I agree. No, I believe. Yeah, I like him a lot, man. It's interesting, though.
They should have been in the playoffs. They really should have been in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
There's so many fucked up calls in that Seahawks game.
There was. And this actually painful thing to say, but I would rather have the Buccaneers be in the position the Lions are in than the position the Buccaneers are in right now. At least the Lions have young talent like everywhere.
Hey, way to end it with the stupidest comment ever. No shit.
I think a lot of
the Bucs.
You want to be a team on the decline?
Brady had all these fucking old fuckers follow him on Noah's Ark, and now we're fucked. At least we won a Super Bowl, but now I'm just saying from here forward, it hurts. It hurts to see what's ahead.
Beers and bets, come here for the
hey, it's a hot take.
You want the hot takes? We got you first. We got hot pockets here, man.
Speaking of which,
I'd rather be with. Kind of does, man.
We got trivia next.
He'll be a Lions fan by part 2.
Let's take 5.
Let's take 5. No point changes, motherfucker.